guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have the Darkening by Sunya Myra. I hope I said her name right. This is a fairy lit book that we've got. What month was this? I can't remember from the top of my head. We'll find out in the bookmark in a minute. So this is the cover. I love this cover. It's so pretty. It's literally, you can see it. It's shiny. Then we have this, and then we have the back. A fierce revolution, a desperate prince. Together they will face the storm or be swept away. We have our stenciled edges, which is also sprayed blue as well. So we go inside. This is a little bookmark I always keep inside. So this was for the July box. And then we have our author letter. And then also going with this book as well, we also have our end papers. To the other side. So pretty. And then, it is signed by the author. Ready, guys? Boom. We have some etching on the book as well, which I do love these part of the books, because if you want it naked, you can always have it naked as well. Gold spine. There is nothing on the back. Let's read about the synopsis. Prince Dalek was born for one purpose, to protect his home from the storm, a deadly force that surrounded his city and curses everyone it touches. Vesper Fail is the daughter of a failed revolutionaries. Since the Queen sentenced her mother to death by the storm, she and her father have been on the run. So when the Queen's soldiers, led by Prince Dalek, catch up to Vesper's father, she will do whatever it takes to save him for sharing her mother's cruel fate. For her, or even arm herself with her father's books of dangerous experimented magic. Even infiltrate the prince's elite squad of soldier sorcerers. Even cheat her way into his cold heart. But when Vesper learns that there's more to the story of her mother's death, that is her home in a door of peril, she has a little choice: trust the devious prince with his family secrets, or follow her mother's footsteps into the storm. And this book definitely took me on a ride. But it was really, really good. So, obviously, I have got slowly into more of the dark romance books, slowly and surely. But I do love a good normal fantasy book. So this is a dark fantasy series about the daughter of failed revolutionaries and a prince fearful of his destiny. All things I love about fantasy are present in this one: elemental magic, a cursed storm, a royal love interest, a rebel in disguise, and a city on the verge of the ruin. The fully fleshed out the characters in immersive world building delivers a debut that fantasy lovers will devour. This book I am literally waiting. I feel like there's going to be a second book. I'm not actually quite sure, but who knows. I will say there's going to be a second book, and then I'll find out there's not going to be a second book, or there's going to be a second book, and I'm like, yes, I guess, and I'm like, ew. I feel like my book is... Oh yeah, that's definitely... So Vesper Vale is the daughter of a failed rebellion. Her parents were the leaders, and her mother paid the price by walking into the storm that surrounded their cities. Living in the hiding with her father for the last 10 years is the fifth ring. Vesper is so desperate to be someone to live up to her family's legacy. When her father is captured, Vesper goes undercover as an apprentice in this purse to save him. Once there, she learns that not everything is black and white as she once thought. Last Vesper, she is a fantastic narrator for the story. Her growth, her self-discovery drive the plot as much as the action itself does. While she starts out quite native, but she's quick study, and you're reading about her internal struggles as much as I did for her ventures. Vesper struggles with her father's fate, and that the city would learn against what she always believed. Her feelings for the prince she should despise confuses her and plagued her thoughts, which confused me a little bit. But hey ho. Then we have Dalka, who is an interesting character as well. He is the prince, and one day soon be the range and the avatar of the Great King. Seeing what the Great King has done to his mother, Dalka is terrified to ascend his throne and determined to find a way to save her, and is saved to intend himself from that fate. He believes that Vesper's father is the key and will stop at nothing until he gets what he wants. Dalka comes off as a hard character, but he's also endlessly empathic towards his people and the city. He says at one point that he will do 1,000 tiny evils to save his city that resonate with Vespers, who technically doing the same thing to save her father. So then it comes to the storm surrounding the city as much as the characters as anyone else in this book. It is a really impressive magical thing that's slowly being consuming the city one ring at a time. Its house terrifies shadows beasts that emerge from the walls when it surges. Anyone touched by the form becomes cursed, twisted and part of themselves. Vesper's mother was sentenced to walk into the storm after being caught killing the former Raina, the leader, and never heard from them again. It's this big looming foe that adds a sense of dread and despair to the story that you never know what will happen. Literally just left you, like, turn each page and you're like, oh, what's going to happen next? And you just want to continue reading and then continue reading. And you're like, oh crap, I need to stop reading for a second, otherwise you're going to read this in too long. And you're like, I need to stop. That kind of happened to me because I was like, oh, this is quite fast paced. I need to know what happened next. And then, I got halfway through the book and I went, okay, you need to calm down. Overall, I really enjoy The Darkening. The mythology that the author builds around the Great King and the Storm adds a layer to the story, immersing the reader into Vesper's world. I love the necromancy to it, which is their experimental magic. Her father calls it a language of its own, and it truly is. There's other characters on here who I haven't really mentioned because I can't say their names, but they have amazing side characters who offer depth and understanding of what's going on through the city. And the effect systems of different rings. Their bonds with Delca and Vesper categorize me just a bit fast-paced, and my edge has gone, ow! Sorry. So this is a new fantasy series, so I think why this is a fantasy series, I feel it's going to be a second book, because obviously it's a series. With magical laws, angry gods, and star-crossed lovers. What can you get more than that? Come on, what can you expect that? And I really did enjoy it a lot. So this book was definitely something new and different all in one concept. Like, some things I don't like to read, but this was very fast-paced, like I said. I need to start repeating myself instead. Okay, I'm going to end it here because I feel like I'm going to repeat myself and all the things again. I do apologise. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time, because the next book is A Daughter of the Trolls by Mackenzie Cratchron. Peace. Bye.